Everybody experiences stress. It's no secret that some jobs are more stressful than others, but a shocking study from the CDC shows that 1 in every 6 veterinarians has considered suicide. Our Cash Matlock talks with experts on how and why this is. He joins us in the studio with more. Cash.
Well, that's right, Joey. Additional studies from the Journal of American Veterinary Medical Association state that vets are 3.5 times more likely to commit suicide than the general population. However, area animal doctors and psychologists say they're working to bring those numbers down.
And it builds up and it builds up and it builds up, and you experience a severe burnout is basically what they're calling it. It's a severe depressive episode, and sometimes that episode can lead to suicide.
Dr. Karen Emerson started the Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point 5 years ago. She says opening her own practice was one of the hardest things she's ever done.
So when I opened up my own personal business, I had to learn how to be the business owner, the HR manager, the veterinarian, which is composed of just being a veterinarian, guys. It's anesthesiologist, it's dentist, it's the surgeon, it's the internal medicine doctor. It's also the one that deals with all the finances at the end, the accountant.
And running a business costs money. Well-meaning residents who drop off strays don't realize it's the doctor who ends up paying for their care.
Everything you do comes out of your pocket, but they know you're supposed to love and have compassion for their animals. That is one of the hardest things, I think, as veterinarians, to be able to communicate with that client and let them know I love that animal, but I also have to survive.
Psychologist Pauline Prince says it's not all about business, though. In fact, a large portion of the job can be emotional.
So they are also dealing with the loss of this animal despite their best efforts. And so they have to deal with their own emotion with that, and then walk in and tell a family who just lost this pet. So they're really good at what they've been trained to do, which is deal with this medical situation. But as far as communicating that to someone else, that's a little bit of a skill development that needs to happen.
Dr. Prince is currently working with students at the Mississippi State University Vet School to combat the issue before those students strike out on their own.
It's not just about veterinary medicine. It's how do I give you the skill sets to deal with the emotions of this career, with the fatigue of this career? How do I help you remember that you need to take care of yourself in order to take care of others, including their animals?
That is the hardest decision. And when a client looks at you and asks you, what would you do? That is the hardest question as a veterinarian.
Dr. Emerson says at the end of the day, it's all about communication and asking for help when you need it.
And what my goal is to get to the point before they get there, to give them the opportunity to have someone to reach out to. Because when I first opened my practice, 5 years ago, I didn't feel like I had anyone to talk to. And I think now is the time to address it, to have a plan of action, and let's put that plan together and do it and save veterinarians, because Lord knows we need them.
Now, we do want to point out that the dog in the video was undergoing a routine procedure and came through with flying colors. According to the CDC, 60% of veterinarians are women, and 10% of those female vets who have died since the year 2000 have died by suicide.